Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel where stories and other random things take center stage and imagination is prized above all. Welcome to today's video. Happy Friday. And oh, is this video going to be random? Oh, I did mention this on Wednesday that in my last video what I'll be reviewing today, but it is time to review Redo of Healer. Oh boy, how do I even start? Okay, no, I do know how to start, and that is by saying and give you guys a warning that this is very mature content. I won't be discussing too much of the subject matter here, but do know that there is. I want to give you guys a content warning if you choose to watch Redo of Healer, that this contains very graphic violence as well as very graphic sex scenes, including sexual assault. There is torture. There is addiction to drugs. This anime honestly has a lot more. It's a lot. I actually ended up watching a censored version, not because I'm afraid to watch the uncensored version. The uncensored version actually sounds funny to me specifically because I've watched reactions of people reacting to the uncensored versions, and the people reacting to the uncensored versions are hilarious. But even in the one I watched was the one in High Dive. It was a TV broadcasting one, and it's a mature one. It's broadcast for like TV. It's a mature thing, but it is not fully like uncensored, which is really odd because I heard that the uncensored version was there, but apparently not. I don't know. It's weird. But point being, yeah. So if you choose to watch Redo of Healer, proceed with caution, take care of yourselves, and know that I will, yeah. I just wanted to let you know. This is the first season, but based on the way this first season ended, I'm actually pretty sure there will be a second season. And I'm not confirmed, but I have not confirmed it. But honestly, I really hope there is because it's actually really interesting to watch. I will not be touching on any of the subject matter that I have warned you about. I will attempt to. I will not even touch it on the plot. I will just use the word violate in many ways. Those are the words I will be using because it's insane. The things that come up, it's just odd. So, here we are. Anyway, Redo of Healer is about the hero of healing named Kayadu, who it's basically a revenge story, by the way. Who basically he got discovered as a hero, and he started out as a really good guy. This is the interesting part. He started off as a really good guy, and all he wanted to do was serve his kingdom. All he wanted to do was like do good by his kingdom. He just wanted to be a good citizen and serve his kingdom. But he when he went off to to do that stuff, right? But when he used his healing power, it basically it he sees other people's memories and absorbs all their experience, which has a very a very bad it left the first time he used it left him on a very bad it didn't leave him feeling well, so he refused to use the power. However, Princess Flare ended up deciding to break him in order to make him useful to her in battle specifically. So he ends up being heavily violated in many, many ways, um, especially many unconsensual ways. He just ended up being highly violated, and then eventually, at some point after They defeat the Demon Lord, which I don't have a lot of information on this. I'm hoping that season 2 will explain this because there's like a lot of the story left out in this season. He takes the Philosopher's Stone and decides to go back 4 years and redo everything exactly the same as things were done in order for him to get revenge on those who abused him and basically heal the world. So, after taking some time and thinking about it, this is not too bad of an anime. I mean, it's not a good anime. Don't get me wrong, it's not a good anime. The story is just interesting. Overall, all this really is revenge porn. That's all this is. Revenge porn. All this is a guy taking revenge and forming his own harem and basically hooking up with like 5 waifus. This anime really, all the episodes of this anime is him kind of getting revenge, getting stuff done, and sex. That's all the anime really is. That's it. There's very little depth to it. I mean, there are some very emotional scenes which I think are actually interestingly executed and that make the character really interesting. And makes it makes him kind of confusing yet somehow hilarious at the same time. Honestly, the best thing you can do when it comes to this anime is grab your favorite snacks and drinks and sit back for the ride. This is a bunch of revenge porn basically shining on a giant pile of trash. That's really what this is. And this is not my description, by the way. This is a description I literally borrowed from Robin from Anime America. So thanks for the description. But this is like literally the best way to describe this. Now, I watched this subtitled, but I will give you an explanation on that in tomorrow's video. But yeah. Basically, that's all this is. Revenge porn, really. Now, I will say that although these are my feelings on the story, I do have some genuine criticisms of the story. Specifically, I feel like there are definitely some inconsistencies in Keiaru's powers. Now, some of it can be argued, but others not so much. And I don't know how much of that can be argued, honestly. So he is a healing hero, and it is said that he can absorb experiences and even people's memories. So he actually reads people's memories, which kind of makes sense to me because he can he can see that. And the fact that he's a good swordsman and all that stuff means he got it from everyone else. That's fine. But what I don't understand in the magic here is the fact that he can change faces, including himself. He can disguise himself and erase people's memories and then give them new memories. It's it's inconsistent in the power scaling, but then again, it's hard to know what the power scaling in the world is because basically Keiaru is an overpowered guy. That's really all he is, a super overpowered guy. I watch this story, and the best thing I know is not to question it. Just sit back and watch. Because this is kind of like watching Death Note. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't watch Death Note. Or at least, I don't watch Death Note to cheer on Light. I watch Death Note to see how far Light is willing to go to accomplish his goals and objectives. That is why I watch it. But I don't watch it because Light is a good guy and I want to cheer him on. It's the same thing with Keiaru. I watch it because everything in this anime is over the top. Everyone is horrible. There's no character to root for. Everyone is horrible. Everyone does something wrong. And everybody, give me 1 second. Okay. It is better. Everyone is over the top. Everything is over the top. Somehow everybody is somehow worse than Keiaru. And it is just interesting to watch because It's interesting to see how creative Keyaru's punishments are gonna get, especially when he gets revenge over one of his abusers. It is a it is just funny and interesting to watch. That's all it is. So I highly find myself just interested in watching it. Will I watch a season two? Yeah, I'd be interested in watching a season two. I think a season two of redo of Healer is good. I'm into watching a season two and seeing how it's going to go. Now, if I could watch it uncensored, I probably would. But I don't want to go to some other website, so I'll keep watching the censored version. It's totally fine. But it's basically that's all it is. At least what I can say about this anime is that it is very honest on what it's trying to say, and it doesn't try to be anything more than what it is. It is revenge porn, and that's it. It's revenge porn. Now I will say that Keyaru's character is interesting because he seems to have a moral code, but he seems to be psychotic as well. Now this is something that I think I kind of compared him to Light a little bit. The only difference is that Light didn't really fully start out well. He just was this person. Like he kind of started off complaining about how bad this world was and all these things that were happening in the news. And then he received the death note and he decided, I'm going to use this death note and I'm going to become the god of this world and make it pure. So Light, unlike Keyaru, had a god complex. And he Light had a god complex, but Keyaru started as a really good guy who got highly violated and decided to take revenge on the people, the world, and system that basically fucked him over. That's what the interesting part about Keyaru is. And yet he seems to have a moral code, however, when it comes to innocent people and those that the innocent people, but also those he knows. There are examples of him avenging friends of his, as well as avenging an entire village of people and saving people that were innocent that he barely knew. But when it comes to other people, he is, well, a horrible character. So that's what makes Keyaru an interesting character. So yeah, those are my thoughts on redo of Healer. I actually I have a My Anime List account and I gave it a 5 because I actually genuinely got some enjoyment out of it. I mean, again, it's not the best thing. It's not necessarily a good anime. Like, I won't go around and say that Keyaru is a misunderstood character and that this is a really really great anime. But I will say that if you take it for what it is, okay, look. If you're watching this looking for a good story, you're not fully going to get one. You're going to get everything I described. If you watch it and accept it for what it is, which is a bunch of revenge porn, a bunch of sex scenes, a bunch of graphic violence, and all that what it is, and if you don't mind any of that, you could potentially have some fun watching it. Now, depending on who you are, you might think that this anime should not exist. I just say to each their own, watch what you like, don't judge other people. I highly enjoyed this anime because it was funny to watch Keyaru go on his revenge plot and punish people. I found some of the scenes hard to watch, but also kind of funny because he had, in at least in the Japanese version, his laugh specifically is kind of what made it funny. The way he laughed made it funny. But it was interesting to watch, and it is just interesting to see how creative he's going to get with the punishments, and it is also very funny to see how over the top everybody is. Honestly, that's really fun about it. Just to see how over the top everybody is, especially Flair, but later Norn. Like, it's just interesting to see how over the top everybody is. You know what I mean? So that's all it is. It's funny, it's interesting, and it's a wild ride. So if you are into like any of this, well, I don't know if you're into this, but like if you just you can literally watch this anime. Here's the thing. You can watch this anime in the background and miss absolutely nothing because every episode follows a similar format. That's it. That's really all it is. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. I am not going to do a part 2 to Redo of Healer. I will not do a spoiler review. I don't feel comfortable talking about some of the subject matter in spoilers, but also I feel like if I talk about any of that subject matter, I think that if I do that, I would have to age restrict my video, so I'd rather not. So yes, that is my honest review of Redo of Healer. I gave it a 5 out of 10 in my anime list because I found it enjoyable and hilarious in certain areas and just weird, you know? It's not so I don't it Redo of Healer is the type of anime that is not meant to be taken seriously. You're just meant to like sit back and enjoy the insanity that you decided to click on. That's it. That's all it is for me. So, yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. Subscribe if you're interested in my content. I will be back tomorrow and Sunday with 2 extra videos. Tomorrow we're going to discuss my thoughts on watching subbed and dubbed anime. So, keep an eye out for that. I'll see you then. Until tomorrow, consume stories. Bye.